Drink it in, man. Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Cornbread! Drink it in, man.
Detroit Kool-Aid, what is going on, everybody? Friday here. We are back, and we're here to talk about the final football game of the 2018 season for our Lions, heading into Green Bay to play those Packers. Got Grifka on the other end of the line. Griff, what's going on? Are you fired up about this game or what?
No, fired up about the New Year's Eve, and is what I'm more fired up about. But yeah, it's end of the long journey for this year, and finishing out at Green Bay.
This is definitely not how we had in our predictions. It's been a tough one to come kind of after mid-year there, where we just had not been able to get back on track, and then we were so healthy, and then just got injuries left, right, and center. So, been a tough last. But we are here. We're talking Lions football. Like I said, heading to the what may or may not be the frozen of Lambeau Field, but always hard to deal with those guys, no matter what's on the line, when it is. So, Grifka, news, notes, anything on your brain today before we dive into this football game?
No, nothing really. Like I said, it's like on the last podcast, been pretty quiet. Come out of Allen Park as the season's winding down. So, and I know you don't like to discuss other teams, and people don't want to hear other teams. So, we can just move into the final game, unless you have something pressing that you'd like to discuss.
I don't think so. Let's just get into this game. And like I say, we're always talking about this, that, and injuries. We kind of know everybody that's on IR. We've got makeshift receivers out there and a defense that's doing all they can to win but needs some help. So other than that, there isn't much to talk about except how much we hate Aaron Rodgers. So how about we do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's I know me and you have gotten it to the point like we're looking at the draft, and a loss only helps them with their draft. And me, I always take any win that you can. But I personally, it's going up to Lambeau. I mean, I'm always one. If you can get a win in Lambeau, take it, and it would help us. Say, hey, we took out the Packers twice this year. I know once again that would drop us probably from 5 down to 12. And I know we can discuss that. Say like who will be there at either position. But me, it's like if you get a win up in Lambeau for all the years that we had no success up there. If the Lions go up to Lambeau and can pull out a victory somehow, which seems kind of difficult the way the offense is playing right now. But you'd be beating Aaron Rodgers twice in 1 year, and you'd be sweeping them, and another win up in Lambeau. So it's going to be tough. But and I know Aaron Rodgers probably has in his mind, doesn't want to lose to the Lions again because he's treated us like his personal floor mat for a number of years. So do you think the Lions are actually going to get up for this last game? Because I know we talked about in the last podcast, they seem like really down, kind of nothing to play for. Guys out there, half trying. Do you think, with it being the last game of the year, going up to Lambeau, that you're going to see a little more fire in their belly?
No, I don't think so. I've talked to some buddies who, were always drinking that Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid and just kind of like, hey, what do you think about this last game? And I think the consensus was, just lose. I know nobody had arguments on the show before about that, but I mean, we're locked into the top 5. It could be as high as 2, but there's lots of things that have to break. And I don't know. I mean, it always is great to win, and you throw out all those things about beating Aaron Rodgers twice, and it's always fun to beat Green Bay, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's just a hard one to get up for this game. It's a hard one to see how they're going to put up points offensively. I mean, this is week after week where we've got them projected to score 10, 14, and they're not even getting there, sometimes with a lot of these efforts. So it's going to be hard to score points. Our defense, I feel like, has been doing all they can, but it's running out of steam a little bit. I think it would be decent morale if they were able to get a victory, but it's just hard for me to figure out how. So a lot of me and my buddies, get that draft pick anywhere between 3 and 5, kind of rally the troops around, get rid of some of these bums, and sort of say, all right, year two, we know the system, we know the work ethic, we know the way to go. It's kind of where I'm at with it, man. It's hard to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I feel you, but like you said, I think this is one of those games where they think Lambeau, big game, beating Green Bay in Green Bay, and we've said it before that anytime you can win in Green Bay, it's a big thing to do. Obviously, there's certain guys on their team that still have some fire in their belly. I mean, we talked about it last time, and your boy Ricky Jean, he's not giving up, and seems like there's a few other guys out there. I mean, your boy Jared Davis seems to be taking every loss pretty hard right now, and he doesn't like to lose. And on offense, to be honest with you, I mean, like Kenny Boy seems to be still having, trying to do his best out there. I mean, he's young and still learning the game, but there's Zach Zenner is getting the ball, and he seems to be running hard. And I'm not saying touting give him the rock all the time, but maybe if they featured him more than trying to keep LeGarrette Blount happy, they could maybe get a few more runs. But this is one of those games that I think you brought me over to it now that top five, if something happens, they can maybe even move up a couple as opposed to dropping down to like 10 or 12, something like that. I'm not saying go out and lose one for the Gipper, but I don't want to see him lay down either. But I know you spoke, play good football, but still come up short. It seems like they're not even playing good football, and they're just getting their teeth kicked in the last few weeks. So if this is what the team is resided to, it's like, fine, don't even bother flying over to Green Bay and just take the loss. I mean, show up Tuesday, take your final paycheck for the week, for the year, and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Grifka, I don't think that they haven't really been playing well. I think it's just been the one side of the ball. Like, I think if we are putting up touchdowns and if we're scoring 24, 21, 24, 28 points a game, we got a few more wins under our belt. But there's nothing offensively. The coordination, the quarterback is out there, but he's just not out there. The receivers are guys that, as you like to say, were working at the bowling alley last week. I mean, and they got to feature your boy TJ Jones as number 2. I mean, we're in trouble when that happens. So we got no run game. I mean, our roster on the offensive side of the ball is a complete joke when you look around the NFL, and these teams that are making playoff pushes got studs everywhere. I mean, there's just no way you can win, especially an offensive league, with what we're running out there right now. I mean, I don't care what little glimpses you're seeing from Zach Zenner or a catch here or there from my guy Kenny Galladay. It does not matter right now. So I feel the defense has played adequate to above average still multiple games, and there's just no way they can win with the putrid offense that we have right now. No matter Green Bay, I don't think it matters. You're playing some of the low-level teams in the league. We wouldn't be able to compete with the weapons and the offensive scheme we're running. It's got to get fixed.
Yeah, I think the defense, like you said, I think it's hanging in there, but it comes to a point where the offense just isn't on the field enough, and the defense is out there, and it's just getting worn down. And you could see it in the second half last week. I mean, it's not like Dalvin Cook or Latavius Murray really ran over them, but they were just in the fourth quarter, they were just chewing up yards because the defense had been out there for so long. I think that's what it is. Like you said, the offense is so pedestrian. It's just not out there doing anything, that the defense is out there, so much it just gets tired. And when they're trying to rotate and other guys, just the backups aren't as good and as the starters. And there are still a few glimpses on the defense that are, like you said, playing pretty well. And besides Snacks, I mean, Okwara's playing pretty good. Like what I'm seeing from him. Davis didn't seem to have a very good game last week into one of his down games. Even though he seemed to be playing okay before that. Darius Slay, I don't know if he's just kind of mailed it in the last couple of weeks too, because he's getting burned on a few things. But there's some plays he's still making, but there's some that just seems to be getting lost in the sauce back there and getting burned. So I just think the defense has been out there way too much based on where this offense is at for them to do anything. And it might be the same again on Sunday when it comes down to it.
So, hey, Grifka, I know said you'd come my way about, obviously they're nothing to play for. It seems not playing well. They're injured. A win in Green Bay doesn't do anything other than say, hey, we fought to the very end, and gives Matt Pat something to hang his hat on, in that regard. But I got an interesting item for you. I know this is in our draft preview show, but the Big Hughes, shout out to him, who was chatting with me, said, what do you think about this Oregon quarterback staying in college? Does that hurt the Lions in regards to being in the top 5 but not having another QB that somebody might want to come up and get? What's your thoughts on that?
I still think if a team wants a quarterback and they're enamored with them, they're still going to come up no matter who it is. I don't know if it hurts them per se, because it always seems like somebody makes a run late in the process, and then there's always rumors. I mean, last year, it was a Baker Mayfield, or whatever, was all the touting and everything like that, and like it was supposed to be all these other QBs, and all of a sudden they come up, well, Browns are gonna take him. Okay, I'm still not sold on the guy. I know he's led Cleveland to a few more victories, and he's all pounding his chest, beating up on Hugh Jackson, but I don't know how great, Baker Mayfield's going to be over the span of his career. So I think if teams just get enamored with a quarterback who pops up. What?
Hold on. We can't let you keep going any farther. I need 2 things from you, Grifka, since we are on the podcast and we are recording. I see the red light here. Would you like to put it on record that you think Baker Mayfield's not that great and use your catchphrase?
Yeah, he's not that great.
Who's not that great? I want to.
I don't think he's that great. I honestly don't. I know people are, oh gosh, look what he's doing. Yeah, okay. We all saw other quarterbacks with his similar skill set, do it for a year or two, then they just kind of fall off the face of the earth once there's some tape on the guy. So, let's just kind of like pump the brakes on there. I remember last year talking with our buddy Chuck, who knows a lot of football as well. He was like trying to tell me how Marcus Mariota is going to be like one of the top 10 quarterbacks or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, Marcus Mariota's been around for a few years, and I would still take other quarterbacks over him. And I realized Tennessee's in a position to make a playoff push, and they're better than the Lions, but still, Marcus Mariota's not tearing up anything either. So, let's just pump the brakes there.
What I wanted you to do, and I still want you to do it, I want you to say the guy's name and then say your catchphrase so that I have this on record, because I'm about to go on. I know this isn't a show about said player or his team, but go ahead and say it for me, and I'll give you my take.
Baker Mayfield? He's not that great.
Okay, good. Now I got that sound clip from you, because I guarantee I'm going to be using that on you for years and years to come. Grifka, Baker Mayfield is the next, top. I'm putting him already in the next handful of years. He's going to be in my top. I'm trying to see where to put the bar here. I'd say next year he's easily top 10. I think you can get him in the top 7, and his ceiling is top 5.
Wait, hold on. Something's coming through. Something's coming through right now on me. I'm hearing it. I think ESPN's coming through right now. Wait, what's coming through my headphones right now? I think it's ESPN. Yeah. Derek, did you turn on ESPN? Are you watching something? Because it sounds like a lot of ESPN coming out of your mouth right now.
No.
Continue.
What I'm doing is it's going 360 degrees other than Grifka, because for you guys to say this guy's not that great, the rookie, the bravado, the ability to make throws, to help a team that's never won put up nearly 8+ wins this year. You don't see the writing on the wall, Grifka. This guy does it all. He's accurate. He's mobile. He's just fearless. It's unbelievable. So you can put that on tape, and we'll see who's right. But you're.
I will be.
You're
just
going to be
getting
that sound.
I just want to write that down. I will be, because you're prisoner of the moment. Put him in the top. Are you giving him dog status too? Because is he a dog? Is he a dog that the Lions could use?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, man. I told a buddy today, they said something. I said, if we end up taking a new quarterback in the next 2-4 years, whatever it is, I go, we need a Baker type, not a Joey 2.0. And I feel like if we could get a guy anywhere, even 75% of Baker Mayfield, this guy would own the city. So, I mean, we missed out there. I mean, that's what we need.
Give me a break.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we got on a side tangent about me being correct and Grifka having no clue what he's talking about in regards to football players.
Come talk to me in 3 years when I'm at the Firehouse Car Wash and I'm paying my $5 to Baker Mayfield so he can wash my car. Remember me? Don't you know who I am? Yeah, congratulations.
No way. I'm thinking you might want to reserve your spot when he's giving his speech at Canton. You might want to get his
speech at Canton.
Jacket.
His speech at Canton will be like, fans, the line is to the right. The line is to the right. Plenty of time to see everything. Please, the line is to the right. Yeah, there we go.
This guy's got his jacket on pre-order.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's that Christmas jacket that I let Moose Johnston borrow last week.
All right, well, let's get this back on the rails, Grifka. Lions heading into Green Bay. We talked kind of all about it. You kind of danced around my question about Lions. To me, I just want to hit on it real quick. I mean, I'm real curious to see where Haskins ends up and if he's up there, if somebody would be willing to go up and get him. I mean, everybody talked about him being a later round pick, but, I mean, this guy has everything to be a top guy. I'd love to see him, either on the Jaguars or go down to Tampa or one of these teams and just ball out and have the Lions be able to trade down. Or, I'm so excited for the Lions just to pick at 5. I mean, you probably heard all the rumblings about this, the Josh Allen, the outside backer that just freak runs all over the field. And we've got the edge rushers up there. I mean, it'd be great to get a top 5 difference maker to add to this defense if we could too. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I would definitely try to get some more help for this defense, and we can talk about draft, if we picked offense first or whatever, or we try to get more weapons for offense. But at this point, I think this defense needs more playmakers, more speed. So that's what I would be looking to roll with more of that come the draft.
Hey, real quick, if it's December 28th, we got to say right now, if somebody says they want to trade up to number 5 to get whoever, are you moving out of that spot, or are you just taking the best player for the Lions? What would you do?
Oh, if they're giving me the right offer, of course I'm going to dump down now and get more draft picks, because I think that's what this team needs. They're not 1 or 2 guys away,
You don't think Greedy or Farrell, you don't think those guys, or a guy like this Josh Allen? I know outside linebackers don't go that high normally, but I mean, if he's got pass rush ability, you don't think any of the players up top are worth staying there?
No, I don't think
right now.
I don't think so. Not at this point.
Oh, okay. All right. So a little draft talk for everybody out there. I know that's kind of where we'll be heading here shortly. So, what the heck are we going to talk about Packers Lions, Griffin? Give me something.
I mean, I want to say how are the Lions going to stop, Aaron Rodgers, but I think Aaron Rodgers has done plenty of stopping himself this week. I mean, what really helped out Aaron Rodgers last week was the referees against the Jets, because technically I think the Jets should have won that game. But once again, hey, guess where the Packers are? They're a favored team. If they would have lost that game, it would have been the first year in forever since they didn't win a road game, or they went winless, from Lambeau or something like that. So obviously the NFL had to work that crap out, get Aaron Rodgers his due, since all he does is throw his team under the bus and do commercials, now, and everybody thinks he's Mr. Stud. So the NFL was the NFL was more than happy to throw Aaron Rodgers a bone just to beat up on the lowly Jets, because the Jets are not New York's team. Let's face it, it's the Giants. So so it's okay, here you go. And I really appreciate, another side tangent. I really appreciate how Todd Bowles, ripped on the referees after the game, and then did it again later on, not the same day. He even had time to sleep on it, and he went back and he ripped on him again. Kudos to that man.
Grifka, are you trying to get in all your gimmicks and your catchphrases because it's the second show in a row where I don't have the Grifka bell?
Oh, yes,
I mean, next week when we wrap up the season, I'm going to have it again, and I'm just going to light you up.
My best thing is I just love to rip on Aaron Rodgers. That guy's such a crybaby crap, whatever. The world owes him something, when he's already got everything given to him because he plays for the Packers. He'd get all that if he played for the Titans or the Jaguars or something like that. No, It's like, every time you throw a pass, there's like a pass interference, even though you'll chuck it out the back of the end zone. There'll be a pass interference called or defensive holding. It's like, give me a break. Get out of here, Aaron Rodgers. Cry, baby. Go talk to your family, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, wait, you don't do that either. So,
you got anything else, Grifka, or you just want to rant for another 30 minutes?
Let's talk about Davante Adams, because I don't even think Davante Adams is that good a wide receiver either. But a lot of people, since he plays for the Packers, he gets all this mad love. Like, oh, Davante Adams is so great. Davante Adams. What happened to Clay Matthews? Did he get old or what? Did anything happen? I mean, he's one of those guys. It's like he got old all of a sudden. You know how we say like age catches up with people. But he hit the wall or fell off the cliff like really hard. Nobody's heard about him doing anything because he usually has like a couple tirades like, "Oh, look at all these players like Clay Matthews." It's like whatever, man. He's gone too. He's obviously in his electric wheelchair for the Packers too. So. Like whatever.
What do you mean, Grifka? Every game he has a few highlights, but they're not plays on the field. They're him wetting down his hair like a guy in one of those soap opera books that he's got on the cover. I mean, This guy's a joke. He's always been a joke.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who gets away with crap, and then he'll cry about like if something happens to him. It's like, but he plays for the Packers, so he can do that. The greatest thing of all time was watching Mike McCarthy cry after he got fired. Oh, thank you, City of Green Bay. You guys have been awesome. Thank you. You guys have the best cheese and bratwurst and chicken wings. Whatever, Mike McCarthy.
Now, Griffey, I hate to do this every show, but I feel like I have to remind you that there's people out there listening just wanting to hear you go back to your you got to play the hit. So if you're going to talk about Mike McCarthy, there's one thing you have to say to make the people laugh. You know what it is.
What's that? I always talk about him crying over his chicken wings at a.
There you go.
Yeah, he cries over his chicken wings.
Whenever that's the only thing you ever say about him.
He's like. It could be a skit on Saturday Night Live, Mike McCarthy crying, talking about, we got screwed on this. Then the next week they get every call, amazingly, every call happens, and it happens for 3-4 weeks. Oh, we're sorry, Green Bay Packers. We're sorry. We're sorry. What's the trophy named after? Oh, yeah, your coach. Never mind. You're awesome.
But I don't get the chicken wings. Have you ever seen him eat chicken wings or what? I don't get it.
I don't know. He just looks like a guy who would eat chicken wings.
Okay, well that clears that up. So any other people you'd like to holler at, Grifka? I mean, you got the old head coach and the quarterback and the team and the city.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else on the Packers. Hey, I just want to remark though. I did. You can go back and check the tape on this. I said Jordy Nelson would suck out in Oakland. Why? Because he sucked in Green Bay, but he got a crap ton of calls because he played for Green Bay. He plays out in Oakland now, so he doesn't get the calls. I don't want to hear, Carr's a crappy quarterbacks. No, he played in Green Bay, so he got a bunch of calls. Okay, that's it. I bet you if Davante Adams went to go play for the Cardinals, he would suck too. But no, because he plays for the Packers, everybody's like, oh, he's so good. Okay, this is one of those teams that gets a crap ton of love, no matter how good or bad they are, because it's the Packers or whatever, and because they're going to play the Vince Lombardi quote. What the hell is going on here? That same quote that ESPN plays every freaking week when they're junk. So. I don't know. I like to rip on one of the running backs, but the running backs already do that. Then they get cut or traded or something like that. It's like everybody's got to keep Aaron Rodgers happy. Like, you got to kiss the pinky ring or something like that. Whatever.
So we
whatever,
got
Aaron Rodgers.
I can just keep my mic on mute because we got Grifka going after Rodgers, McCarthy, Davante Adams, Jordy Nelson, Clay Matthews. And I think he's half done, probably trying to catch his breath.
I don't know if there's really anybody else to rip on that team. No, I don't think there is anybody I can think of.
So it's an easy win for the Lions because all of the Green Bay players are terrible. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, no, because they got to – well, no, they'll still get calls up there. And we'll sit here and go, why are the Lions throwing a screen on 3rd and 14?
Oh man, it's too much, man. You see us putting up any points, or you see Aaron Rodgers just cutting us left, right, and center, doing his discount double check on us?
Yeah, I think he'll do that simply because Nevin Lawson's still out there, and Mike Ford doing his windsock run after people still out there. Something will happen, or Green Bay will fight, or I don't even know who's tight end for Green Bay. But he'll catch 5 or 6 passes, and it'll be his coming out party because either a safety or a linebacker doesn't know to cover the tight end. It's like the most it's like in the game plan every week we can hit the tight end no matter who it is. Just like, gosh, I know it'll be like. I think it's a few years again before we get to play Eric Ebron again. So, gosh, I'll feel so bad when he comes back and like tears us up, and then we got to listen to him talking about how great he is. It's like whatever.
Your favorite player, Eric Ebron. Did you forget Jimmy Graham, Grifka? He's the tight end for.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But because before the season, him and Aaron Rodgers are going to be unstoppable inside the red zone. That's right. Yeah. I remember ESPN telling me that. I missed that. Sorry. Because Jimmy Graham's going to be unstoppable. Him and Aaron Rodgers are going to be tearing it up. We're talking like 80 touchdowns and everything, and whatever. There it is. Yeah, I forgot about Jimmy Graham because Jimmy Graham hasn't been any good since he left New Orleans. I guess New Orleans is still laughing at that trade, saying thank you very much for giving us a stud offensive lineman for a tight end who fell off the face of the earth. That's the truth. Goodness. That's the truth. I mean, I know Drew Brees is like, oh, sorry, Jimmy Graham, I'm sorry to lose you, but I have somebody to block for me now. Thank you very much. I'm not on my butt all the time. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't too difficult to figure that trade out.
Yeah, I think you're sort of forgetting that Jimmy Graham scored double-digit touchdowns a few years there when he made his way around, and he's been hurt all year. But I agree with you. He's probably going to kill the Lions here in the last game. Probably have at least a hundy and a touch.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham had double-digit touchdowns out in Seattle.
Yeah, that's all he did was catch touchdowns out there.
Yeah, when they passed him the ball, he only had 6 or 7 of them. Oh wait,
I forgot 6 or 7 was and then he got
status going with tight ends for you. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh man, we have to rewind that tape. We have to do like an end of season where I just pull some of your clips and just prove how wrong you were this year.
It's gonna be like the Jim Rome clip. It runs out it actually runs like 20 minutes now, like all these little sound bites.
All right, it's all the Grifka-isms and all the predictions that I can just drop the hammer on you for after. I think you forgot half the things you said there, buddy.
Well, I don't have to forget them because they came true. I mean,
this is like when I knew you for 20 years and you would always tell me after the fact how you got everything right, and I just didn't have it on record, so I could shove it in your face.
The only thing where I had so many things wrong was where we did the Honolulu Blue drinking the Kool-Aid predict the season, and I think I had them going like 11-5. Who knew it'd be the other way around? I had the numbers right, just in the wrong order.
Just imagine if they were like a playoff seed on the line. Remember how hype you got for whooping Aaron Rodgers here in the final game? Like, if we had everything on the line, we'd be going nuts right now. And instead, we're just trying to figure out how to finish this podcast with nothing to talk about. So you think we'll get sliced up by their team? And again, you just think another terrible performance offensively?
I don't know if sliced up. I don't even think Green Bay puts up a lot of points anymore. I mean, they did it against the Jets, but they also had help from the referees to win that game. So it is in Lambeau, and the Lions defense will be out there for an extended period amount of time because the Lions offense can't move the ball at all. So, but I have this one coming down to I'll say this one as a 27-13 Packers victory is what I'm guessing.
All right, fair enough. And then my prediction would be 31-10.
Wow, you haven't done that large a spread all year. You must be feeling it.
I know, because normally I'm giving the Lions 31, and then I figured out that we're just can't even put up 20s anymore. So I think Aaron Rodgers is just he's gonna throw it all around the yard on us. Jamal Williams will score 1 or 2 touchdowns. Jimmy Graham, we know he's getting in probably on a 3rd and 1 from the 1 where we just don't cover the tight end. I just don't see much good happening in this game. I mean, even if they played well and, like you said, go to the end or get the victory, I mean, it doesn't do anything for me anymore just because, I don't know, other than the little satisfaction of beating your favorite commercial jingle guy. I mean, I just don't see what it does. So I see them getting out early, us trying to come back, and then before you know it, it's just not where we want it to be. So, yeah, by the end of the game, I mean, they might keep it decent in the third quarter, but late third, fourth quarter, it's going to get ugly. 31-10, Green Bay.
Okay. Okay. I just have a quick question here for you to finish this out. Since it is Friday and New Year's Eve is coming up, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? Are you sitting around, going to be crying about this, the season, or you heading out with friends and family to party, or just what are you doing to, on New Year's Eve?
Grifka, do you have any questions about the Packers?
No, Pat, I would like you to actually answer a question because nobody wants to talk about the Packers. All I did was spend my time ripping on the Packers, and then the Lions still getting their butt kicked. So,
okay. Well, Grifka, this is where I do my paper shuffle, and I tell you thank you, and I just walk off because that's what my head coach.
I'm sitting upright in my chair, and I'm respecting the process. Did you put you on your hefty cinch, Zach, before this call, or what?
I don't care. I got no time for your personal questions about what I'm up to over the weekend or what I'm doing with friends. I'm here to talk football, and that's it. We talked about this on previous shows. Come on, buddy.
And just trying to give you an olive branch, man. Come on.
Are we ready to shut this down, Grifka? We got nothing good to talk about here.
Don't you have any Dave Burkett tweets you can tell me about since you follow him on Twitter?
Oh my goodness! Don't get me going on that. There's one guy I know that's got nothing going on New Year's. Let me tell you that. It's your boy Dave Burkett.
Well, okay, man. I say we wrap this one up when we get out of here.
All right. So, man, Grifka, we've had some tough podcasts. We're not loving our offense at all. We don't know what to expect from our defense. The craziest part, and I know we've kind of been down, is like after this, there's no more Lions football, man, until next August. Are you kidding me? Like, we obviously have the draft, free agency, which will be fun, but what I'm most not looking forward to is not having football on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's going to be tough. But, man, can you believe it that we made it through our first inaugural season of the Kool-Aid cast? Hit every week, basically, on the nose. I mean, got to love that, huh?
Yeah, that was that's huge. It's a good starting point.
I agree. So we're going to keep it up. I mean, we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do in the off season, if we can spread it out a little bit, or if we'll still be coming to you weekly. I know the Big Hughes, I've talked to him too. He's got some things on his plate, but he's a guy that loves to talk drafts, so we'll see if we can rope him in here, Grifka, either to a combo call or get him in on a few shows here in the off season if his schedule opens up. But it's been super fun, man, talking football with you. So thanks a ton. I mean, we're coming back next week and we'll review everything and kind of break down the season. But just want to say thanks, man, for coming on every week and chatting with me and all the people out there. It's been fun to connect with them and see people listening and drinking that Detroit Kool-Aid. So appreciate you.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. I enjoy doing this.
And we're so looking forward to putting the season behind us, getting some positivity going, both with people we pick up and when those juices get flowing, when it gets to like early mid-July, football's right around the corner, we're going to have them at 12 wins again, no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's a sad point. I think we'll go that far, and then we'll have to wait and see what they did. Hopefully it comes true again.
Yep, no doubt. So people, everybody out there, subscribe, share with a friend, check us out. We appreciate all the feedback you guys have been giving us. We're going to keep tweaking stuff and trying some new things here in the future. But, yeah, hard to talk about these losses, but we've been out here doing it, and we appreciate everybody's support. So for me and for Grifka and for the Kool-Aid cast, we're going to get out of here for this week. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Check you next year.
This Sunday, I'm going to give you what you crave, what everybody here craves. Drink it in, man.